just bust a nut on a bitch chest. Flexing on these niggas like a bench press.
Alright, motherfuckers, this is Master Marks, and I'm coming back with another motherfucking goddamn live video. And today's video is simply titled, Thank You, Undertaker. Now, for all my AEW pack smokers, before we get started, of course, I want to apologize to all y'all that I have not been able to upload a fucking video. It has been a few days. I do apologize. I've been busy doing shit. It is what it is. But to those pack smokers, make sure you get your AEW pack. Get you a motherfucking lighter. Light that bitch up. Take a hit. Blow that shit the fuck out. And keep saying fuck you to AEW fans. So today's video, like I said, is about The Undertaker. Looks like Undertaker is going into the Hall of Fame. And it's well-deserved. I mean, honestly, out of all characters that have been in wrestling, his character has always been a character that's, like, honestly the best. I mean, I can't really necessarily think of a character that's better than his. I mean, Austin's pretty cool. Flair is really cool. Rock is cool. Brock is cool. But, like, when you think about characters and you think about wrestling and you think about kayfabe, you think about the Undertaker. And, I mean, he was a good talker. He's a good walker. He's a good wrestler. He's good in the ring. He's agile, as they used to say back in the day, agile for a big man. You know, he would go up on top of the ropes and do the old school, jump off, clock your ass in the back of the motherfucking head. I mean, honestly, overall, he's just a good character. And the thing about The Undertaker is he's always kept his character. Like, there's some times where he's broken kayfabe or he's broken his character a little bit. Like, I think he did one interview on the TV show. But, like, in most cases, he's always kept his character. And he hasn't done a lot of interviews until, like, the end of his career. And, I mean, he has a good character arc. I mean, he started off as the young Undertaker character, you know, the rookie with Paul Bearer. And then as we go older, as he gets older, you know, he's still in kind of like the young phase. Then he goes into the Ministry of Darkness Undertaker, which is a dark fucking character. A lot of people don't like that character. I think Ministry of Darkness Taker is cool because he did fucking put a noose on Big Boss Man, which is one of the craziest fucking things that has ever happened in wrestling. He actually hung the Big Boss Man in a fucking Hell in a Cell cage. That's fucking insane. And then after that, that's when he kind of went into the American Badass character. And then Big Evil is after that. When he did some pretty good heel work, he whooped Hogan's ass. He looked really good back in that day. Motorcycles. He just was a good heel. He was always a good heel. He's always a good babyface too at that too. And then he went back to, you know, just a normal Undertaker character. And then as he got a little bit older, he got into the other Undertaker character where it's just like a mixture between all three, I guess I could say. And then at the end of it, of course, he fought AJ and he was just the original American Badass character, which I think he really is in his real life. I think that's who he really is, that American Badass character. He's just a badass dude who likes riding fucking motorcycles. Like, that's how simple the Undertaker is. And also shout out to the motherfucking Undertaker because he is a motherfucking Aries. So shout out to all my Aries. It is almost Aries season. Shout out to my boy, The Undertaker. But yeah, I mean, like, there are no other wrestlers that have a legacy like him. I mean, of course, he went 21-0 with fucking his WrestleMania streak. And then, of course, he got beat by Brock. And he also got beat by Roman, which has helped make those two guys, you know, bigger than what they really fucking were. To be honest. Let's be really fucking honest. So, yeah, I mean, that's a good thing about Undertaker, but I almost called his ass The Taker. The fuck? That's a good thing about The Undertaker. I just feel like his career altogether is just legendary. And, you know, he really deserves to be in the fucking Hall of Fame. And there's not a lot of wrestlers that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, I mean, some people say, like, people like Coco Beware deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but I'm indifferent about Coco Beware. I'm not really a big Coco Beware fan. But when you think about the Hall of Fame, you think about the motherfucking Undertaker. That's just straight up. Like, he is one of the greatest wrestling characters that was ever created. And I mean, if he wasn't the Undertaker, I mean, of course he probably could have did something as mean Mark Calloway, but he would have probably had an arc like JBL, how JBL was Bradshaw, and then as the years went by, he went into the JBL character. If he wouldn't have had the Undertaker character, I still think he might have had an arc like that, but he would have killed whatever fucking character that he's given, because he's just a loyal fucking dude. He's loyal to his character. He's loyal to his company, unlike a lot of those fucking idiots who were with the company. He's very loyal. And honestly, you know, the Undertaker, he's just a fucking legend, man. Like, I don't give a fuck about what nobody says about him saying shit about video games and you fucking nerd turd birds who motherfucking sit around playing video games, eating fucking cheese puffs and jacking your fucking dick at the same time. I don't give a fuck about that. The Undertaker's a fucking legend, bro. He's a legend. There aren't a lot of legends, guys that are real fucking legends. Like, there are people who are like, kind of in that category, but not really. And then, like, let's not even forget the Undertaker had that fucking gang as well. They had like fucking Yokozuna, Rikishi, The Godfather, and had all those fucking people like Midian and shit like that in the group. He literally had a fucking gang. Like, the Bone Street Crew, like, for real. Like, that. Shout out to the Bone Street Crew. R.I.P. a lot of those guys who are no longer living. But, like, the Undertaker's just a badass, bro. And he deserves to be in the fucking Hall of Fame. I'm not sure who is going to induct him in the Hall of Fame. It'll probably be Kane. I would assume that it's Kane because, of course, unfortunately, Paul Bearer isn't living anymore. So I don't really know. Honestly, I feel like for as much as The Undertaker has done for wrestling and for WWE, I feel like Vince should induct The Undertaker into the Hall of Fame. Because, I mean, he's made Vince a lot of fucking money. And he's probably been the most loyal wrestler that has ever been in the wrestling business to Vince. So I feel like maybe even Vince should induct him into the Hall of Fame. Because, I mean, it don't get no greater than that. Like, that is... Like, I mean, of course, you know, like Paul and a couple guys who still aren't in the Hall of Fame yet. I don't know if Rock is in the Hall of Fame. I can't remember or not. I really don't fucking remember. But there are guys who are like the legends of wrestling. And The Undertaker seems like he might be just the last guy of that time that is a legend. Like, I mean, of course, you got Brock. He'll go in down the line, and you got other people. But, like, The Undertaker is the last 90s legend that hasn't gotten his Hall of Fame chance yet. And he's going to get it this year. And honestly, it's well deserved. So, you know, him being my favorite fucking wrestler and always being, you know, the guy that I liked in the wrestling business, I just want to say thank you to The Undertaker, because you deserve the fucking Hall of Fame. You deserve to get praise. You deserve that speech. You deserve for people to cheer for you, and you deserve to headline the fucking show, because you have done a lot for the business. And I know a lot of you fucking cocksucking AEW, Kenny Omega, cocksucking loving motherfuckers will disagree. But of course, your opinions don't motherfucking matter. The Undertaker is, I'm just going to say it, he is one of the greatest wrestlers that was ever in the business. The best character. He's number one on my list. Austin is like number two. I have Flair somewhere on there. I'll go over that list sometime down the line. But he's the greatest character that was in the wrestling business. You can't really name a lot of other fucking characters other than The Undertaker that was the best. I can't name many. I mean, the closest to him is Austin. And then you have like Rock is somewhere around there. You have Flair somewhere around there. And I mean, I'm a fan of a guy that a lot of motherfuckers aren't a fan of. I like Bob Backlund. I thought Bob Backlund was really cool. I like Psycho Bob Backlund though. Like I like his arc too. I like that character. But at the end of the day, man, The Undertaker's a motherfucking legend, and there is no other wrestlers that would be considered greater than The Undertaker. I mean, of course, now you fucking retards love this flippy dippy ass wrestling and these work rate dudes, but when you talk about wrestling and you talk about characters and you talk about all of these things that are combined to become a legend, you cannot sit here and say that The Undertaker isn't the greatest or compare him to anybody. Now, he didn't have the greatest mic skills, but his mic skills were good enough to the point where he made you think it was real. Like, there was kids back in the day when The Undertaker first came out, when he was a rookie in wrestling. Well, he wasn't technically a rookie because he was still in WCW, but like his rookie WWF shit. There are kids who were fucking scared out of their minds, pissing and shitting on themselves when Undertaker would put you in a fucking body bag. Like, his character is legit, man. And I don't know, man. I just like to give him his props and, you know, really tell him thank you for doing what he did for the wrestling business and always entertaining me. Unlike you fucking AEW idiots who can't entertain a fucking sponge. I said entertain a fucking sponge. Like, you motherfuckers have no charisma or character, no size. You just a bunch of motherfucking Spike Dudley looking motherfuckers. But at the end of the day, man, thank you, Undertaker. I really appreciate what you did for the wrestling business. This has been Masked Up Marks. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, share. Tell us if you hate us. Tell us if you love us. At the end of the day, we out this bitch. Fuck AEW. Fuck Tony Khan. No contract signing ass. Thank you, Taker.